Welcome to the live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live show. We're back. We're here for the final time, I believe. Let me see if I got everyone on. Hey, Dave. How are ya?
What's up,
Welcome to the live show. We're back. Let's see. Here for the final time, I believe. Let me see if I got. All right. Very interesting. I had a bunch of feedback there. Hey, what happened to Shotgun Dave? He disappeared on us. Don't tell me he got scared off. What's up, everybody? So let's see who's in chat. We got The Fingers. We have Jeff G. We have Ragtop Pat. We have Gene. And here's coming Shotgun Dave. He's back. There you go. He's back. So let's see who's in chat. We got The Fingers. We have Jeff G. We have Ragtop. I don't know. There seems to be some. Somebody's got their playback on.
It's me. I'm trying to fix this damn thing.
Oh no. You know what? I'll mute you while you're trying to do that. How about that? All right. Well, anyway, let's get back to business here. All right. So let's see who's in the house. We have Chris Freder, Slaughter Wildman, Bo. We have John Albright is here. A lot of the usual suspects. Clint is here. Danny, who's on screen and also in the chat, is here. Slaughter 2021. Hey, Harry from Latvia. I love this unboxing, by the way. If you guys haven't watched that, you should check it out. We have Ragtop Pat. Dave, are you fixed? Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. All right, there you go. And we have Dave back. Let's see. Slockout Journal's in the house. Thank you for being here. And we keep on going down. As Gene is in the house. John Tucci's in the house. Wow. Lots of people here. Thank you very much for being here, guys. Hey, look at this. I thought I was getting an ad. You sure did get an ad. What's up, Billy? How are you? Nice to have you here. I guess Amanda is on Sunday Slot Cars. Here comes Shotgun Dave again. Hopefully. Are we fixed? Are you good, Dave?
Maybe I need to lay off this shit.
All right. Let's see. I don't know. If I missed anyone, I'm really sorry. If you're new to tonight's live stream, this is the last one. So this is not normally what we're like, but this is as good as we're going to get tonight. So here we are. Thank you for being here. I see some people I know. Neil is here too. Thank you very much. So I'm going to go around the room. We have Boone, front and center, on the top there. How you recovering, buddy? How you doing?
Slowly.
Slowly?
Slowly.
Okay. But you've been producing a lot of cool work with the kids, so you can't be that bad because you keep on producing some awesome work. Or maybe
Yeah, I've got a lot of time on my hands and everything else, so I might as well just sit here in the garage and see what I can drum up. Keeps me busy.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, we'll talk more about what you're up to, what your plans are for 2024 and all that later somewhere in the show. But let's move on. How are you doing, George? Okay. George, I have no sound from you. What happened? Did you mute yourself, George? No? I have sound here. I don't know what's going on. It's all falling apart on the final day. What about you, Danny? Are you able to talk? Is it all good? Do you have...
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. How you doing, man?
I'm good.
How's school? Finished? Over? Done with?
Final today.
Excellent. So
I'm done for About 3 weeks, I guess. 4 weeks.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so now it's time to get into the holiday spirit and build a whole bunch of stuff. Have some fun.
Yeah,
Cool.
try. Hopefully, I can get my CNC going during this time frame. Have a little extra time.
Yeah.
Finish my slot car for Harry's. Build some HO cars.
All right. That's cool. Going on. All right. And how about is George? Are you back? No, he's not back. He's deciding to leave us.
Goddamn alien stole his voice.
Yeah. I don't know what happened, George. Everything was fine until we played that video that you sent us all, which, by the way, was fantastic, I thought. But anyway, and lastly, we have Dave. How you doing, Dave?
Doing good, guys. How about you?
Yeah, it is a good day today. So I'm happy, always happy. Yeah, finally we are in the holiday spirit and moving into holiday season. So hope everyone's excited about next week's events, which is Christmas, and the joy that comes with it. Hope you guys have lots of cool slot car presents underneath the Christmas tree. George, are you back? I don't know what's going on. What happened, George? I don't know
think
what
George-
happened.
George is yanking our chain.
Hey, George. Maybe you want to log off and then come back in. Maybe that fixes the thing. Because yeah, we need everyone here.
Turned into a mime.
Yeah. You might be right. I mean, maybe. So anyway, tonight I really do have nothing planned for tonight. This is the last live stream that I will be doing on a Monday night for the foreseeable future. So what I said was the guys in the chat can ask the questions and we will answer very honestly. So I thought that would be a really cool way to set this off. So you guys can ask whatever you want in the chat and we will answer to the best of our abilities. And if we don't, we'll make shit up. Anyway, that's that's normally what happens. So yeah, it will be uncut. So 132 the track. You know what, Tom? Let's see. Hey,
Hey,
George.
unmute me, damn it.
There you go. There you go.
There you are. Back.
Fuck. There. I really said the whole smart show.
There you go. All right. So
got
George is
that
back.
area you want here.
Yeah. So Tom was saying that he's got some endurance race in Thomasville, Georgia. He's trying to bring people back. It's in March. All who can attend. I personally, I know I can't because I am actually planning my trip to UK in May. So I will be able to travel once I come back from the UK. But between now and then, I am not allowed to travel because work is a little bit crazy. So I will travel after July. Normally, it would loosen up for me. So yeah, I will not be able to make it down to Georgia in March. I'll give you all the support I can. But, anyone else who's in Georgia, please go ahead and support Tom work as he does this. All right, so there you go. And George, so how was your week before we get to the questions? Let me know. Did the aliens give your voice back? They did, so what the hell? Get out of here.
I'm just kidding.
Fucking George.
Fuck it. I swear to God, George.
So what
Come
are you
on,
asking?
George.
How my week went?
Come on, George. Answer the question already. Yes, how was your week? What are you up to? Are you happy for Slopmas? Are you ready for Slopmas? All that stuff.
Well, it's all right. Like my daughter ain't gonna be here this year, so that's something I don't like. But so I'm ready.
Okay. Okay. Is it a big affair at your house normally, or
Yeah.
is it? Yeah. What about the rest of you? Is it a big affair in your house for Christmas? Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. For us, ever since I came to Canada, it's a lot smaller because my family's a lot smaller in Canada. So it's not as big an affair as it used to be. So, but it's a good time, family time, I guess, for everyone. My obviously my daughter gets super excited with all the gifts that she normally gets. So yeah, it's an exciting time. All right, so like I said to everyone at the beginning of the chat, this is the final live stream for Monday night from the Slot Vengers. I'm gonna leave it to the guys in the chat to lead the discussion here, so you guys can ask the questions and we'll answer as truthfully as we can. So let's start with the first question here. We have from Slaka Wildman, and he had to ask a very detailed one. So, what are your plans for next year? Boone, take this one and run with it.
Oh, wow. Well, I don't, it's kind of wild. Since the accident, I've had a lot of time to reflect on different things and stuff like that. So, my plans for next year are to shift gears into high gear and start doing commissions and all sorts of different stuff. I'm working with, let's see here, is it that? No, it's this way.
This guy.
That guy down there,
Yeah.
bottom, Dave, is going to help me as far as getting
That
these
guy. Yeah.
Can-Am bodies on the market. So we're going to get that on the market. Let's see here. If I point that way, that guy over there, Mr. Raul's helping me with a website. So we're going to have a website up and going. And yeah, it's next year, 2020. Wow, 24. Is going to be an exciting year. We're gonna make some shit happen. That's for sure. So that's the plan.
Hey, Danny, hurry up and type whatever the fuck you're typing. That's irritating, dude.
I thought I muted it.
Are you writing a fucking novel or what?
That's
He's down there
hilarious.
just like.
Everybody in the chat's going tippity tappity. It's like, good God.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Sorry, Boone, I did not mean to interrupt you.
All right, keep on going, Boone.
So that's pretty much it, man. I've just decided what the hell. Like I said, after the accident, I've had time to really reflect, and I don't know how long I'm going to be out of commission. Things are pretty messed up inside my left side of my body. So it could be a few months, it could be long. I don't know. Yeah. I figured now is if I'm going to do this, now is the perfect time to do it. I got tons of time on my hands, and it's just time to make stuff happen, man. So
Yeah.
that's the goal, is just to shift everything into high gear, and let's get some shit going. Definitely.
Yep. So we're gonna build Boone a brand. We're gonna make sure Boone comes out swinging. I'm gonna be developing Boone's website and helping him out as much as I can in all different facets that I can. And I know all the Slot Vengers are behind you, and we'll give you everything that we got, man. So, and I'm pretty sure everyone in the chat will be out there to support you as well. So, yeah, we'll look forward to doing a lot of stuff with Boone next year. So we'll move on to George. George, what are your plans for 2024? Let's get the one-word answer now. Come on, George.
Plans?
What are those?
Shit, I don't know. They're gonna happen when they happen. To be honest, don't plan anything really.
Yeah.
Only thing I plan is doing more work on the inside of the house. That's it. But in and on the track a little. But I really don't have any. I don't see anything, or I'm not thinking ahead of anything, really, to be honest.
Yeah,
In
no
in terms of
worries.
slot car stuff, you know, just roll as I go.
Yeah, buy a bunch of slot cars, build 100 of them, and have some fun. Right? That's about it.
Yep.
Excellent. Oh, who's next? Danny. You stop clickly clackling. What are your plans for next year? Do you have any set plans for next year?
I think I'm gonna dabble a little more into the HO stuff than what I have been,
Okay.
and but I'm not gonna stop doing everything with the big cars. I'm gonna continue doing that, and then obviously the CNC's pretty much top priority. Getting that running and going, and making some tracks, hopefully.
Yeah. Cool. That'd be awesome. Yeah, you have the router. You have to learn how to play with that. So it should be fun. What about you, Dave? Any plans for 2024?
Yeah, 2024 is going to quiet down quite a bit for us. My daughter will be settled in her move to college. I get to start the year off with a bang over at George's house, like right after New Year's Day. I'm going to be at George's and we're going to play for a little bit. And then, yeah, I got a lot of projects in 2024, a lot of things I want to do. So there'll be a lot more content probably out by me and a lot more things being built and made. And I'm excited to help Boone with his project. And yeah, it's going to be fun. I think next year is going to be a pretty fun year.
All right, cool. And then obviously everybody wants to know what are my plans for next year. Lots
What are
of
your plans?
collaboration.
We don't want to know. Come on,
Yeah,
move
what
on.
are my plans for next year? Yes, yes. And you know what my plans are for next year is to make sure Marty shows up on time. How about that? Let's start with that.
Good luck with that.
Like, god damn it, Marty. Like, even on the last day, you couldn't show up on time. Look at that blank square. Anyway, yeah. So, what are my plans for next year? Like I said, this year was live streams. Next year's collaboration. So, I'll be working with that guy in yellow and another guy across the pond called Pete. You know, the guy who keeps me up at night on Saturday nights. That guy, to do some cool stuff. I don't know what it will turn out to be, but we'll sure have some fun doing it. So that's in my plans. And then we have our monthly Slot Avengers show that will be back. Remember, it's monthly, guys. So we'll have to pick a time and date that works for everyone. But we'll be around. But yeah, that is the plan for next year. And I'm trying to be realistic. I wanted to do 150 cars next year in terms of videos, but I have to work out I have to template that out over this Christmas break and really see if that's actually genuinely possible, because that requires me to shoot 3 cars a week, and I would have to shoot them in batches. So it would mean I have to shoot like 18 cars in one shot in order to maintain that 3 cars a week rotation. So something that I will be working on this Christmas break to figure out if I can actually do that. But that's the plan, because I really want my online catalog to be robust, and I only put up cars when I've actually shot them and actually reviewed them. So yeah, that would be my plan for 2024. Not ambitious at all. Plus, I've been asked to record all the video for a wargaming channel. So, YouTube is definitely a big part of my 2024 plans. But I'll see if I survive and I'm alive at the end of it. So, we go from there. All right. So, John Albright's next question. What the hell are we supposed to do on Monday nights now?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, George had an answer for you. There you go. George, go ahead.
Milking cows.
John should start his own show, okay? How about that? The tire show and the tuning show? That'd be kind of cool. He doesn't have to show his face. You can do what Harry does. Show your hands.
All right.
All you're doing is working with your hands. That'd be cool if you did at least a segment once every other week. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, like, there was an answer here that I really liked, and where is it? Let's see. There was an answer here. The
There's a
rest of
couple of
us, there you go. Slot Journal says the rest of us will have to fill in the time. Maybe a rotation. I think that would be a great idea. Hey, Dan's in the house. If you guys know, Slot Valley Racing runs his show on a Monday night too. He just happens to be 1 hour later than I am at 8 p.m. So you definitely have something to watch slot car related on a Monday night because Dan has his show as well. So there you go. So there's an answer there. All right. Does that answer the question? I hope it does. For some reason, my music's not playing. Even it wants to quit on me tonight. See? Epic show my ass. What?
There was 2 more questions that were asked too. I don't know who was asking.
Yeah, there was actually a good question there. I saw somebody asked what we like best about slots.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Where's this question? Sorry about that. I was trying to get my music back up and running, which I did, but where is it?
Yeah, so since you started this hobby, what is your favorite aspect of slot cars?
All right,
Yeah.
Danny, since you brought it up, why don't you start answering?
Well, I don't know. I
Stunt
kind of
guy.
like just the variety of everything. I mean, you've got HO, 132, 124, 125th, and then each of those things has its own categories, whether you're going to scratch build or do landscaping, build a track, whatever you want to do, you can do it. I mean, there's many things. So
Okay.
I think just the variety.
So yeah, okay. So you like it, the whole hobby as a whole, all the layers that are effectively
Yeah, and
in
there's
it.
a lot of stuff that I haven't dabbled in. I really haven't. I mean, I haven't done any landscaping and building trees like Boone, and making some really badass buildings and stuff. But I would like to. I have plans on it. It's just it's not number one or even probably number 10 on my priority list at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What about Boone? What's your answer to that? This is what is your favorite thing about the slot car hobby? Is that the question? That's what the question was, correct? Yeah.
Yeah. I like the creation portion of it. It doesn't have to do with just scenery or anything else. I mean, the building the cars, building the track. I mean, I like the whole entire. I mean, it's just cool. But I guess I'm more into the creating side of it. I like to create, so that's my aspect of it. As far as the cars on the track, I'm not much of a guy that's going to go to a club for racing. I'd much rather be all by myself in the garage and just get into that zen feeling and have the cars go around the track. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm more into the the creation portion of stuff. I think that's fun because you let your imagination go, and what if you can think it, do it, type of thing.
Yeah, so this is the truth. Like, I think Boone is an all-around slot car fanatic because he messages me yesterday and says, I wish I had cleaned my track before I fell off the goddamn ladder because I can't run any of my cars.
Yeah, I screwed up. I mean, I was thinking about cleaning it. Actually, that day that I fell off, I was actually planning on coming in here and cleaning up the track. Yeah, it didn't happen. So I fall, and now I'm screwed. All I can do, I just look at it.
Yeah, so there's a true slot car hobbyist. He's like, I should have had my track cleaned so I could actually drive around on the track. Anyway, well, George, what is the most exciting part of the hobby for you?
The chicks.
Oh. Scratch building.
I knew that was coming.
I mean, it's the same. It's kind of like beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, really. I mean, I like to promote scratch building, and period. Scratch build. Nothing wrong with buying cars, like I said, and messing with cars like I did a Carrera NASCAR today. I was messing with that. I posted. But yeah, generally the scratch building is what I really, really, really enjoy most. Like seeing everybody else's builds too. A lot of different, techniques and stuff. Pretty cool.
All right, cool. Dave?
I'm kind of along the lines of Boone. 15 years ago, when I got back into slot cars, the creativity portion is what brought me. And coming from the real car world, and working on real cars, custom stuff, and all that, and then with all my medical problems, wasn't able to do that anymore. I needed something for my creative outlet, and the little cars is what gave it to me. And that's when I started. That's when I met Harry, and that's when I started doing all the scratch building stuff, and it gave me the same satisfaction as building a real car from the ground up. I got the same satisfaction of building little cars and making them go. And I know it sounds weird, but and another thing I like about it, just like you're saying, Boone, it's funny that you say that, because Harry and I were just talking about this morning, the solitude that you can do it solo, that the community is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I have made lifelong friends with this, but I like that I can just do it by myself. I don't need anything else. I can just sit down at my track and play with my cars and fuck everything else. And I really enjoy that aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like that last part.
Yep.
All right.
It's true.
Fuck all the drama and stupidity.
Yes. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. All
Drama's
right.
for women. Drama is for women, and I don't see any women on screen here.
Oh, here we go. That's good. That's good. All right. Well, I
Cheers.
guess I'll answer the question too. What do I like the most about the hobby? There's 4 representations of it right next to me, which is obviously the people. I was just reflecting with Pete today, and I said, I wonder if I didn't have my live stream, if me and Pete would be friends. And he said to me that no matter what would happen, would have become friends anyway, because we click and would have found each other somewhere, somehow. And I think that's true for each and every one of you as well. But I think the live stream, the thing I'll miss the most probably is those connections that I might not establish again. I don't know. I don't know what 2024 brings with the collaborations. Obviously, I've got a lot closer to the community, but that's the one thing that I'm kind of like on the fence about. Other than that, obviously, I just love cars. So being able to have them in my hands as slot cars just gives me a lot of joy. And you guys have seen that every time I've opened up a lot of my cars, I get really like a little girl. I love it. I won't lie. They're my favorite part of the hobby, is just being able to hold a slot car, running around my track, and sometimes in my head I imagine really vivid things with these cars, and that's my whole goal now, is to become better at telling the story around the car that I'm holding in my hand. And I think that's what I want to do moving forward more on my channel. So, yeah. Hey, look, it's Dusty in the house. Dusty, where's your brother? Go grab him. Yeah, Dusty, good to have you here, man. Yeah, so that's basically it. So, what is the next question that you guys can see? Do you guys see any more questions? This chat is not being very friendly with questions here. Come on, guys.
Yeah, that sounds
There
like
was one
questions.
by Robert Lee asking if I was going to go to Harry's in January. That'd be a no, because it's too much snow.
All
in
right.
the West Virginia mountains.
And yeah, you gave George the one-word answer he was looking for. No. All right.
By Bo right there. Bo's got a question.
It's the same question. What are we gonna do on Monday evenings, nights now?
I already gave that answer, Bo, in sign language.
Come on, Bo, keep up. Come on.
Come on, Bo.
I only did it once.
All right. Let's see. What else is there? Marty's busy folding t-shirts.
Chris is asking a question, Chris Fredder.
How many of you are Canadian? That would be me. That's about it. I am Canadian. Dan in the chat is also Canadian. I don't know
Sorry
who
to
else
hear
is
that.
Canadian here, but it doesn't really matter. We're all slaughterheads, so it doesn't really matter. Um, what's the question? Oh, here we go. What is your favorite slot car release of 2023? I knew this question was going to come tonight. Who wants
The
to go
one that I will
first?
be building next.
Of 2023, George.
Yeah.
Are you building
One in
one over the
2023.
next
Scratching
couple?
out the bench.
Actual slot car or slot car product in general?
There you go.
Mm,
I think.
Elaborate.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what? If we go
Oh
into products, that actually is a big area there because there has been a lot of product. One example, slim can motor bracket,
Yeah.
narrow motor bracket. A lot of stuff from Slot Car Corner. There's been a lot of stuff in Mid America. Harry just talked about that on his live, the gears
Yeah.
that they're offering. So
The
yeah,
gear,
product for cars. We haven't really covered products that much.
but
That's
but
something
come
that
on, George,
touch.
you know what the number one product is. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Me.
the fucking
I'll
kit.
kidding.
It's the kit.
Yeah, that is true. The kit.
The kit. How many people have been brought into scratch building just in the last few months that since that kit was released? I bet you probably can't count how many.
Yep.
yeah. No, the kit is definitely a game changer. So, 100%. What about you, Danny? What do you like? Which car release in 2023 really gave you, I don't know, tickle your fancy?
I don't really know that any of them really tickled my fancy.
Really?
To be honest, just to be honest. I
Did they
mean,
tickle you
I
anywhere
did
else?
enjoy.
Yeah. Did they tickle you elsewhere?
I mean, I enjoyed some of the NSRs that I picked up in Revo slots and stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't necessarily have a favorite. I will say that I was, this year I had started scratch building, so I think my cars that I built and sent to Harry, sent to George, the one that I'm currently building, I think those would probably be my favorites because it's something that I did and they actually worked. And that midget, I'm surprised it did anything. So I'm pretty pleased with that.
All right. What about you, Boone?
Was the Shadow this last year?
Yes, it
Yep.
was.
Yeah, I'd have to say the Shadow. I mean, the Shadow is something else because that kind of opens up a whole entire new category. The way that he did the guide in the front and everything else. I think the Shadow was, for me, it's probably well, I'm a Can-Am nut anyway, so I mean, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say the Shadow for me definitely.
All right. Cool.
What's Danny doing?
I don't know. He disappears, comes back. He's playing
In the
Hollywood
black
Squares
hole.
with us. All right. For me, it's funny. The moment I saw the Carrera 2023 catalog, I fell in love with that green and orange Porsche, and that's the car that made me the happiest this year. I'll be honest. Sometimes not about, it's about, for me, it's about what joy I get out of the car. So that would be the car that gave me the most joy this year. Is the green Porsche, and made me want to drive my cars again. To be fair, I'd kind of lost interest in coming out and doing cars, so that kind of triggered it, brought it back to life, and I also got to upgrade that car too, which I don't normally do to my cars as well. So, yeah, so that's the car that kind of like, I don't know, gave me a lot of joy this year. So I'll call it that car. I don't think it's revolutionary in any way. I think the Shadow did revolutionize the whole, whether the social media aspect of it or even the slot car aspect of it. I think the Shadow really came out and created a buzz and a bang. And I don't think I've seen that in a long, long time. Like in the time that I've been in the slot car world, I haven't seen that happen before until the Shadow came out.
No,
I mean, there was like 30 plus. Yeah, there's 30 plus videos on that car. It was like ridiculous. So definitely, right.
In Clearwater.
Oh my
Not
God!
gonna answer
So
that,
let's just
Clearwater.
start with John Tucci. John Tucci wants to know, George, what is in that secret tire juice of yours, or jizz, or alien jizz, or whatever the hell you
Oh,
fucking call that thing? Anyway, go ahead.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I think I already said what it was, but I don't know if anybody heard.
I heard it.
Take a guess, Raul. I think I told you, so you should know the answer.
You told me it came from some alien technology. I don't know anything else. George, I believe everything you say, George. I'm so gullible. Don't you know this by now?
Okay, Dave, tell him what it is.
It's refrigerant oil, right? For the air conditioning system on the big trucks you work on, I'm assuming. But that's what
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Tag oil that's fluorescently, colored.
Yeah.
So when you're tracing
Leak
leaks,
detector.
yeah, you see the leaks in the air conditioning system, which is oil. So that's all it is. So it was a joke. That's why I did it. So
Yeah.
nothing secret about it.
Some of
Oh,
these
well,
things
tag oil.
emanate from, because we like to play jokes, and it's like, sometimes you have a live stream or whatever, and
Something in the
people are more
background.
interested in what's in the background, and everybody's talking, what's that green bottle? What's in that bottle? What do you got back there? And so it's like, yeah, it's fucking frog cum. I don't know. It's
Frog cum.
It's just a joke. It started out as a joke, like Dave said.
Oh
It's in the background. It's just something to
haven't you
have
ever
fun
seen that
with.
movie Beer Fest?
Yeah.
That's it right there. You're a frog milker, George.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
That's all it is. But I don't use it on slot car tires, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't put that shit on my car tires.
It was in Clearwater. You see Clearwater's questions? Very interesting.
Yeah, there you go. There's another question. Has anyone else tried Jim Cunningham's track honey?
Does anybody like pouring SDP oil treatment on their track?
Nope.
No.
I haven't tried it, but I don't,
look at
I
this
don't
guy.
use blues. That's too sticky. I don't
Sticky
like using any
icky.
of that stuff. But
Yeah,
I'm sure other people do. I mean, I have nothing against it, but it's something I wouldn't use. But you try it out and go for it.
Oh,
One of
look
those
at this
commercial
question.
track deals where they used to coat it on tires, foam tires.
Harry asks, what is this? And this is the other Harry, by the way, not our Harry.
Yeah,
This is the
Latvia.
Harry from Latvia. What is this shadow y'all talking about? Everyone pull out the shadow. Come on.
It's a very special car, Harry.
Yeah. Oh, Harry. Look,
There you go.
look at his. His is a shelf queen right there. Look at it.
Yeah.
Get out of the damn box.
Here it is. Right out of the box. There you go.
Mine's in the house. I can't go get it, but I got one
Yeah,
too.
mine's downstairs. I'm
Yeah,
gonna run
everyone's got one. Harry.
downstairs. It's a slot car released by MR Slot Car.
Yeah, everyone's got this
Harry Goose
the
and
shadow.
One of those Can-Am cars that were raced for a little bit. How many
Yeah.
races did it race for? Boone, you know more about it than I do.
What? What'd you say, George?
What was the history on it? Only ran for a year or so? I don't know too much about that one. I just know it ran very little.
Yeah, the Shet. I believe this is it's the 74, and in 74 was pretty much the last year of the original Can-Am. And Shadow pretty much dominated that season. The thing is, though, it's kind of one of those, because there was a lot of things that happened in 73 and in 72 where they started implementing a bunch of rules, and one of which was the 91730 was disqualified to race in 74. So if the 91730 was up against the Shadow, I think it would have kicked its ass personally,
Yeah.
But the Shadow pretty much came out and won that year. That was a big thing. And it's a wild looking car. It's a wild looking car even to this day. There's still running it in vintage races and everything else. In fact, there's two brothers that own two of the Shadows, the championship cars, and they run those cars at vintage racing events.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff G. It's still PAG oil because it's for small, like air conditionings on APUs and air conditioning in the trucks. If you get into like the bigger stuff, that's a little different. So
Cool. So Clint Talbot keeps on asking this question here. What are your day jobs?
Professional jack off.
I collect spores, molds, and fungus for a living.
You collect spores. Cool. I like this. Danny, what do you do?
Huh?
Danny's
Sorry,
looking at parts in his car. He didn't know what's going on. Oh, you just got a delivery.
stuff today.
Yeah, you got a delivery. I'd do the same thing. I'd be like, "Fuck you guys, I'm trying to work."
I know what Danny does. Whatever his wife tells him to do, that's it.
I do.
The chore list is prepared. Yeah.
Industrial maintenance.
Yeah. And Boone is now a permanent. What is it?
He's a professional
Creator. Yeah, professional gimp. Brutal.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I do. I mess around with some stupid tech shit. I guess I don't know. Something to do with that. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I hope it answers Clint's question. I don't think he answered his question.
All right,
at all.
Clint.
He's like, I don't know.
Diesel refrigeration technicians for the Walmart fleet.
Okay, so George is a diesel technician.
Yeah.
Okay. Danny, you're in maintenance, right? But
Yeah, industrial maintenance.
industrial maintenance. Boone fixes jets.
Yeah, I work for Gulfstream and paint private brand new private jets for flipping billionaires.
Excellent.
So you're the guy like on Fletch. Remember Fletch Lives, the mechanic. Live on little. Get some Quaker State there, Prestone.
Right?
I remember just doing the private jet stuff. That was a billionaire too.
Yeah. And Dave?
I am a retired automotive and aircraft painter. And funny story, Boone and I were talking the other day. I worked for Gulfstream as well, doing the exact same job that Boone is doing right now. I did that for several years. I worked at Long Beach Airport doing the exact same job Boone is doing.
Yeah.
You also painted a plane that's in the Smithsonian Museum.
I did.
Plane
There is
up
a plane in the
in the-
Smithsonian Institution with my paint job on it.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's
I gotta
funny,
go visit
Dave.
that now.
Yeah, Dave
For
and
those
I
that-
share a lot of the same history with stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah.
From
Our
the
lives are very
automotive-
parallel. It was very
it's
strange.
nuts. Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, Travis answers, what's a day job?
All right.
I work in pharmaceuticals. I'm the digital marketing manager for
He's a drug
pharmaceuticals.
dealer.
Wait a minute. Did you say I use
I wonder where I can afford all those cars.
It's funny how everyone's like, I knew this was gonna happen too. Like, he drug dealer. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's what I do. That's my full-time gig, and then I run 4 other companies. So, whatever. That is neither here nor there. That is not slot car related. Anyway. Okay. Any more questions? Nobody else has any more questions, I don't think.
Don't forget, slot car corner for all your slot car needs.
Thank you. Thank you, Danny. Beautiful plug right there by Danny.
3 Amigos
That is
approved, just so you know.
That is an
Three
unpaid
amigos.
announcement right there. That's right. 3 Amigos approved. 3 Amigos approved.
What the hell, man? Where did these 3 Amigo mugs come from? Harry? Where's my 3 Amigos mug?
No, actually, it was Steve
No,
from
actually,
Southwell
it's
who
just-
wanted us
it's-
to do that. Dave
Oh, yeah?
made this thing as a joke. Steve loved it so much that he made stickers. So when you get an order, those stickers are going to be in there.
Yep. If you place an order at Clock Car Corner, you will indeed get a Three Amigos approved sticker with your order.
Okay, cool.
And by the way, we're the unpaid spokesman here.
Yes.
What's this? The Canadian cartel. I don't know what that means. All right. Well, nobody else has any questions. Do you guys have questions?
When do we start drinking?
As soon as you can. I suggest yesterday. Why aren't you drinking already? I don't know why you're not drinking already. You know what? That's the one thing I didn't do is bring my alcohol up. Anyway.
Hey, you know what? Talking about booze. So I watched Raul on one of Pete's live streams, and I remember him saying, I usually go out to the bar, have a drink, and I'm usually lit when I got on Pete's live stream. Well, he was fucking kidding about that. This guy's sitting there on the screen. You can look at him.
That's right.
He's totally lit. It's hilarious. I watched it and go, yeah, he ain't kidding.
But you wouldn't have known if I didn't tell you that.
You're having fun. That's all that matters.
I told you. It's fun. It's good. It's all good stuff.
I was watching Pete's live stream, I don't know, a couple weekends ago maybe. But, he has this big thing about, like, not cussing and whatnot. He freaking dropped, I think he called somebody a bitch or something. And I was like, whoa, I didn't think we were supposed to cuss on this thing.
Yeah, but he apologizes profusely after that, so he's forgiven. He does his Hail Marys and Rosemary. He's fine. He does his penance. He does his penance. He does his penance. Yeah, I remember I remember this when I first the first time I met the Fingers. He used to do a lot of praying too, because I remember on the first time I actually interacted with the Fingers was on Massimo's Whatnot auction, and I happened to just compete against the Fingers on a lot of cars, and he was complaining that if he had to buy a car, he'd have to get on his knees and say some prayers as penance. So I decided to relieve him of that and buy all the cars that he wanted. I don't know if that worked out, but I think that's how we became friends. So, yeah. Penance.
Hey, I say a prayer every time I have a shot. This is my shot glass. And if you're not a Catholic, you won't know what this is right here.
It's a candle. Candles.
If you've ever been in a Catholic church, they have all the candles that you light to say a prayer for whatever. Yeah,
a shitload of candles.
Hey, I know what who John Albright's favorite car is going to be for 2024 already. He asked, who's going to get their hands first on the Riva Slot 510? We know that's the car of the year next year already.
Who wants to buy those pieces of crap? Give me a break.
Yeah, every one of us has pre-orders in right now, so forget about it. I remember Danny was like, hey, the pre-orders are up. I remember when Danny would put it up on Slot Vendors chat. I went immediately to get my pre-order in. I was like, yeah, so I think we're all going to get it. I don't know who's going to get it first, but look for about 50. They'll be
I canceled 2 of them today.
You canceled them?
Well, I had 3 pre-ordered. I canceled 2, so I have 1 on the way.
I have
2. I was an altar boy. Oh, okay.
I was. I still am.
You still am? Is that why you parted your hair? No, just kidding. Anyway, shit.
More wobble pops.
All right. I'm going to hell. Anyway. So Danny ordered 3, then canceled 2. Yeah. What else is there? Who else wants to know stuff? This is your this is the best chance to get your answers.
Or at least close to your answer.
Yeah, we'll try. Yeah, this is what happens when you don't have a scripted show. When I haven't prepared any questions or anything. This is what the show is normally supposed to be like. But
normally
reverse slot. There you go.
7,000 questions. Where's the questions at tonight, guys?
Yeah, I know.
They're afraid now. They're like, oh no, I don't know what they're gonna say.
You guys kind of suck tonight, man.
They're
Oh.
There you go. I got him going. Fuck you, George. Here's my question. You're a dick. Oh, that's a statement.
Oh, DeLeon just finally out of work.
Hey,
There you go.
there he is. He just showed up.
Yeah, welcome to the
Welcome
to the
Ron.
season finale, the final episode of the Monday Night Live from Conquest Racing Club, and
more burgers.
you are now free to ask any question you might want.
After
Massimo,
watching this,
Question for
fiasco,
Herrera's Carrera has a
that you
question.
like to work.
yeah.
There's a good question. That's a pretty good one. Put it up there.
All right. If you have one aspect of slot cars you would perfect and have your way, what would it be?
Hmm.
To perfect it, what would it be?
Wow, that's a good
Yeah,
question. I
That's
don't
a good one.
That's a deep one.
Yeah, it is.
You know what?
That's-
It's simple. Get us every supplier needs to manufacture a freaking perfect guide for their cars. I don't understand why Pioneer has sloppy guides. I don't understand why Scalextric has floppy guides. I don't understand. Like the guide should be the one thing that everybody should be able to do right.
I
By
would
now.
say I have a kind of an answer for that. I would say more companies make sister cars. You know what I mean? Like Revo, how they make 3 cars for part of a group
Yeah.
in the same livery. That's I think a lot of people tend to miss that. They make one car and then they don't make a one to go
A
along
running
with
mate.
it at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say that was one thing that would be. I wish people would perfect more. Like Revo has done that. Every time they release them, it's in 3s or 4s, and it's really fun because when you get those, small cars and you race against each other, it really gives it that, good club feeling because they really aim at clubs. So I think if they would do that more, it'd be cool.
Oh. So Travis says, "Here comes a train wreck." I said, "We're already train wrecks." I don't know what he's talking about. Like, this is not a surprise to us. Anyway, all right. So Racked Up has a question for me. Why are you going Roll? Why end this now? I was just starting to like you. So he's just starting to like me. It took about a year. Well, why am I going? I have this weird, quirky habit of setting myself goals for 1 year, and then that's it. So that's how I am. I'm programmed like that. I set my goals for a year, and I don't want to outstay my welcome. I also feel like I like to have other people jump on and do live streams and take it over. And that's really what I wanted to do. I did my year of live streaming, and I had a lot of fun. I met all these guys on my live stream. Do you know that it's so funny because I had never met Boone. I'd watched all his videos, and we were looking for a guest. Do you remember this, George? And I was like, you know what? I'll just message Boone. And it was on a live stream, by the way, that I did this. I messaged Boone on Facebook on a live stream. I was like, hey, Boone, would you like to join in? He's like, yes. And I was like, what the? He said yes. I'm like, you mean right now? He's like, yes. I'm like, oh, shit. This is Boone we're talking about here. I was so in awe of Boone. I'll never forget. And I messaged him right on the chat, and I sent him the link, and Boone was on my live stream. It was unbelievable for me because this was when I was like, I didn't know many people in the slot car space, and I just like the Dave Kennedys who had come on, and I was like, wow, all these big boys are in the house and jumping on, and it was crazy, right? And actually, I was just reflecting with Pete on that today too. I was like, the amount of people that stepped through my show and come and told their stories has been absolutely unbelievable, and I will miss that, I think, moving to the new year. But I think like my grandfather always said, for every beginning there's an end, and I like to dictate my end. So I think the live streams ending up where it is great. It was also getting to be very difficult to come out every week with a topic and a question and bring everybody together and get that answered. And I'll be very honest, that's what I really like about my shows, is having structure. I'm a very structured guy, and it was hard for me to put that structure together every week. It's fun, like we could jump on a call, and we used to do this all the time. I mean, that's the reason why this show is like this. It's a free-flowing show where everybody just shows up and we just talk. And we do this offline a lot, right? So this has never stopped this screen that I'm looking at, these 6 boxes or 8 boxes, whatever it is, will never stop for me, because I know if I ever needed any one of these slot brothers, I could just say, hey guys, let's jump on the call, and they'll show up. So that much is something that I truly believe. But the live stream, it was getting a little bit stale on my end, I'll be honest. And I wanted to move on and explore something else, and that's why it's coming to an end. And I hope you guys can understand that. And there's room for other people to step in and take over, right? That's the whole point about a community, is that there's the next person in line can jump in here, right? I believe that's what this is all about. So, all right. Let's see. Any other questions that we may have?
There's been several.
All right. You point them out. You set them up, and oh, here we go. There's one from the fingers. What does a welder, a hooker, and a hooker have in common? Wow. What a question, the fingers.
Hang out with Tranny.
What?
Because they both yell for more rod and more money. So, De Leon says, if slot cars disappeared tomorrow and they were wiped off the earth, what would you turn your attention to? What would your new channel be titled?
Sorry?
Making
wait.
beef jerky.
Beef jerky. We talked about that a couple shows ago.
I need that one. All right, here it is. So if slot cars disappeared tomorrow and they were wiped off the face of the earth, what would you turn your attention to? What would your new channel be titled? All right, this is a good question. I know what Boone's channel would be.
What?
The Creator. I'll create anything out of anything. Like, that's what it is. It's as simple as that. This is the Bob Ross on top of the cliff. Who always will be. Anyway, Boone, answer your own questions since I put it in your mouth now.
I'd probably do a channel where they have all those people that like wipe out and that type of stuff. And then do voiceovers on top of it.
Oh yeah.
Epic fails.
Yeah.
Epic fails.
Oh yeah, just epic fail, but throw a twist into it.
Yeah.
So.
Iraras, sorry, Carrera is asking some really good questions. Put that question up right there. He's got some good questions there.
Well, let's answer De Leon's first, and then you can pull up the guy that you want. So
I can't pull up anything. You can.
Everyone can pull up, I think. I don't know.
No.
Anyway, let's finish De Leon. So, Danny, what would your channel be if there was no slot cars in this world?
Probably just Dick's Garage.
Dick's Garage. And what would be happening
Keep
in
it
this
simple.
What would be happening in this Dick's Garage?
It'd be furniture, right?
Probably working on probably just working on cars.
Literal dicks in the garage.
Right. There you
go. Some reverse tugs.
What's
All
here?
right.
He's underneath me, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
What about you, George? What would you be doing?
We're all gonna get banned off of YouTube.
It's all good. It's my channel that will be banned, so it's all good. Yeah, George.
That question to me, I don't think it'd ever happen, but I don't know. I'd probably continue with working on my car in the garage if there were smaller cars. But yeah.
What about you, Dave?
I would probably just go back to my other hobby. I also have a second YouTube channel that you guys probably don't even know about, but
what?
I was pretty heavily into black powder gun shooting, and I would probably go back to that again and do that. And, I like to say that's another one of my passions, and that would be it. I would just if there were no slot cars, which we all know is not going to happen, but yeah, that's what I would do. I just go back to shooting my guns and my antique stuff, and that's what I would do.
All right. If I didn't have slot cars, I could do many things. I could be doing a channel that talks about cameras. I could do a channel that talks about programming. I could do a channel that talks about wargaming. I don't know. Take a pick. I would have been somewhere, done something.
So what are you going to be doing?
I just gave you 3 answers there, George. All right, here you go. What is your earliest slot car memory? Mine is going to the club with my dad when I was around 5 years old. Go. Answer.
Mine was pretty similar. I was in high school, and the guy that my dad worked with, he also owned a hobby shop, and so we used to go there every Thursday night and race slot cars. So that's my earliest memory of messing with slot cars.
Cool. What about you, Dave?
Oh, probably when I was about 6 or 7. I've told this story before. I was seeing our next door neighbor's kids playing with their huge Rebel track in the garage. That was my introduction to slot cars, and they used to let me come over and play and shag the cars as they flew off the track and all that good stuff. So that was my first memory of slot cars.
Cool. Boone?
Probably about 2 or 3 years old. I remember getting Jackie Stewart AFX kit track, and playing with that during Christmas. That was probably my earliest memory with slot cars.
Cool. George?
Actually, it wasn't really slot cars. The prelude to the slot cars was the Sizzlers, the Hot Wheels Sizzlers. Used to play out with my dad and my uncle. And that was those little battery operated cars that you use the juice machine. They would accelerate, and you'd let them go. You can do multiple cars.
Yeah.
And then after that was an AFX set is what, got that. But that's basically it. It was really Sizzlers.
Yeah, for myself,
Hey, Dave, I think Dusty's making an old people joke.
Yeah, jokes.
Okay.
I don't know. Where is it? I didn't see it.
It says, Dave, did the slot cars have square wheels back then?
I just answered him.
Oh, okay.
They're made of rock.
Yeah, stone wheels.
Excellent. Flintstones, wasn't it? You had to use your
Yeah.
little fingers to run the cars, didn't you?
Okay, I think Boone, you probably remember this. My
This
first
is what
skateboard had
this is what
clay
Dave
wheels.
was doing, and this is what he needed practice for.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go. Yeah, well, I remember my grandfather had a track, and I wasn't allowed to play with it. That's what I remember as my first
Not
slot
allowed to
car
play with
experience.
it.
Yeah, like only adults were allowed to play on the stupid slot car track. Now I have 800 feet of it. Anyway, let's go back. No anger issues there. All right, question for those who make scenery: is there any specific time frame you take from, or are those visions that you have, or are there visions you have that you want to bring forward? Oh, I guess is it like? I think the question is, do you actually see pieces of scenery out there and then you bring them into your track, or do you just imagine them from scratch? I think that's the question.
Yeah, he also says, I mean, what do you use as a basis of inspiration?
Yeah, exactly. So that's exactly it. So do you get inspired by something you see out there, or is it something that comes straight from as a whim or vision? I think it's a mixture of both for me personally. I think some.
Oh shit,
course,
George.
George.
where'd you
There's
get
your
that?
answer there, buddy, about your square wheels.
um,
That's a
Yeah.
black
God
powder
damn.
revolver. It's a badass picture. That's why I made that, man.
Dave, that should be that should be your your symbol on your channel. Nobody mess with you.
I used to shoot competitively in the Single Action Shooter Society, so that's what that's for.
Nice.
Pretty cool. That's why I had to show it.
Yeah, so for myself, I think it's a mixture of both. I think I'm not as good as Boone. Like Boone actually has a lot of research done for everything that he does. So I'm well aware of this because whenever I have any questions, he just shoots off images at me. Here you go. Look at this. Do this. Watch this. I'm like, oh no. Anyway, But that's my answer. What's your answer, Boone? King of terrain.
Uh, for me personally, I like the '60s and '70s, but that's pretty much what I grew up around with road racing and stuff like that. So that's what's dear to me. Um, but as far as the other stuff goes, a lot of times I'll pull from just different things that I see, you know, that I think is cool. It may not even be on a track. It might be a road that I've been down, you know, and I like the way that it came and had, you know, the swoops and everything else with it, you know. I don't know, just pull from a lot of different things. And, you know, a lot of times I'm just pulling it out of my ass and going, hey, this was cool. So, you know, that's kind of the way it goes. And a lot of times I'll start creating or think that I'm going to go a certain direction, and I'll get about halfway in it, and all of a sudden I'm going completely the opposite direction from what I thought I was going to start with. So, you know,
Yeah.
it's just kind of how it lays out.
Anybody else want to talk about scenery, or should we just call it a Boone? Cause like I don't know, I have nothing to add to this.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
My favorite racetrack ever of all time is Riverside International Raceway, and I went there quite a few times when I was young and all that. And sooner or later, I'm going to have a track that at least closely replicates that. So I would have to say probably 60s, 70s style scenery is what I really like. The buildings and things like that, and the billboards and all that kind of stuff. That's what I gravitate towards.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like all the scenery. Like the billboards are really cool. I think that's the easiest piece of terrain you can put down a track and brings a lot of color and pop to a track. So yeah, I think that's something that's very unique to slot car world in general. I feel like those billboard terrain pieces.
I think one thing that I do want to recreate, and I've started 3D printing some of the stuff, is that scene in the Disney Tron with the shipping container like garage deal. I think that would be really cool to, sit slot cars in there and take pictures of, older slot cars, Can-Am cars, and I don't know. I just kind of like.
I wish someone would do, a 2-scale, 1/32 in underground
The
garage.
Tron Legacy movie. I was thinking of the first Tron. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's okay. There's no interruptions here. I don't know why we being so.
Okay, well, shut up. I'm
correct
trying
here.
to say something. No,
Yeah, then fucking just say it already, George. Just fucking get out.
Fucking
Get out
interrupted
with
me,
it.
George.
That's the
Yeah.
spirit.
Fuck. Yeah, go ahead, George. Now the floor is yours.
no, I'm good.
No, no,
Yeah, you open your fucking mouth. I'll
I've
start
in my
talking.
mind, I'm turning to a nice guy now. I get your point.
all right. What? Gene took down his layout this weekend? Oh.
Coming up with something new next week.
Hey, look who showed up. Hughes came in. Hughes actually had a really good experience with Collectory. We should bring him on so he can tell us all about it.
Electric.
Anyway, there we go. Who else? Any more questions?
The fingers just dropped the ball there on Gene's idea. See that there?
What did he drop the ball and say?
See, look what he says right there at Gene.
Wood.
Oh, it's a wood track?
Wood track.
Ooh.
Remember, Racetrack Scenics going to be starting making wood tracks next year.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Popsicle stick.
Wood.
Oh, I thought maybe he ate a popsicle stick or something.
He said wood.
DP for my bunghole.
Don't make me whip out my banana again.
All right. Let's see. What else is there? Okay, I'll give you guys a question. I'm always good at these. What was your favorite part of the live streams this year? What was your one memory of the live streams this year that you were excited about or you most memorable?
Oh man, hanging out with you guys after the live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's
So the one that I guess would be my first one that I do with my dad with y'all,
Yeah.
and then I want to go with Dave with the after the live stream. I wish I could have been on the last one with y'all, but of course I couldn't make it. But um, the after the live stream is pretty epic.
The dad venting session was the best one.
Yeah, that one too.
the what?
Oh.
When we
And, you
all
know,
the dad session, we were all up. It was like
Oh,
late. I don't
on
even
Zoom.
know.
The Zoom call.
Yeah, that was
The
a Zoom
Zoom,
call. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So I guess that
yeah.
doesn't
So
really
and
count.
I think
It wasn't on here.
this probably maybe said off camera, but I mean I think it's something that we should do more often for just us as
No,
set a
live stream.
time where we just all hang
Yeah.
out and have a conversation.
Talk
Bounce
shit.
ideas off and all that.
Yeah, I think the dad sessions should come back on a regular monthly basis. Maybe
Sure,
that's
agreed.
this. Maybe that's what we'll be doing every month. Forget this anyway live stream
We
stuff. I
can
don't
vent
know.
about our kids.
Yeah, exactly. That was the best. Um,
I like listening to that because my kids are all grown up. So. And I
yeah,
get to
but
watch
then you
them
give us
suffer.
best
I
advice.
get my
or-
revenge because they have their own kids, and I look at them and go, "Now you know how it fucking feels, don't you?"
Yeah.
I exactly tell them. Now you're gonna know what it fucking feels like, the worry and all that other bullshit. When you guys did it. So, welcome to
Right,
the
which
party.
is exactly what my mother says to me. Now you know the shit you put me through. That's yeah. So
yeah, we have a question here. What real cars do you guys drive?
go ahead, George.
Go ahead, George.
Hey,
Everybody
George.
knows you want to do this. Come on, George.
Well, I drive a Toyota Camry.
Oh come on.
I knew he was gonna do that. Is this
Drive the
Marty
Toyota.
saying, is it okay if I jump on?
Well, I do drive a Toyota Camry. I'm being honest. My wife has a 2012 Lexus IS 350C convertible, and then I have a 2004 GTO that I hardly drive. So, but everybody should know that because I did a video on it on my channel, if they know my channel. So,
Okay. Anybody else? Hey, Danny's got a bunch of cars. Danny has the
Yeah.
most cars to
Truck.
talk about.
We
Go
don't have
ahead,
enough time for
Danny.
Danny to
Stop.
I don't
list them all.
have. a
Come
lot
on,
of
Danny.
cars.
Start bringing out that list of cars of yours.
I don't have a lot of cars. We only have 3 right now. Well, technically 4.
Oh, maybe
technically
five.
five.
Was it six?
My wife's got a Buick Regal GS, which is the all-wheel drive turbo car. I've got a Subaru WRX, and then we've got a Honda CRV that I got from my cousin for my older boys to drive, and I still need to pull the motor in it. And then I've got an '88 Chevy C1500 that's slammed, and it's all real nice and whatnot. We'll eventually I'll be doing an engine swap. Probably not anytime soon, but it'll get swapped.
What are you putting in there? Pinto motor?
No, I thought about, I've done many, I've done a lot of LS engines, and, everybody does that in the small block Chevy. So I think I'm
The
going
LS
to go with
engine suck
the
anyway.
Atlas inline 6 with a turbo.
Nice. Yeah, it's not a Hemi. I don't care.
Everybody is putting out what they have.
Hey, man.
Give a shit about them Dodge.
Hey,
pieces of
everyone's
shit.
good. Oh, look at this. We should start that's the new Slugger channel. What do you drive in real life? There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
drive
Well,
my way.
Dave drives a cool car. It's a Challenger. I don't know what Boone drives. What does Boone drive? Let's guess. What do you
Pickup
guys?
truck.
A pickup
I
truck for
guess
sure.
either an old Bronco
Texas.
or a Ford Ranger.
32 Ford.
Ooh, okay.
Texas.
So
Pickup.
I had to get rid of some vehicles before we came down to Texas. I only have 2 vehicles now. I sold my motorcycle that I had, which was that Honda, that RC51. Got rid of that. But I have a 2019 Dodge Ram, and my wife drives a CLK 430 AMG. And then I sold, to get down here, I sold a 72 K5 Blazer that was lifted and everything else. And I got rid of a, what was that? 19, yeah, it was a 1999 Ranger pickup that was completely pre-runnered out. So it had King suspension underneath it and, you know, long travel and everything else. But that's, yeah. At one time I used to have a hell of a lot of cars, but, you know, that's all I had right now.
Cool.
I just have one car. I just have my Challenger. That's all I need. I drive it every day, and I drive the piss out of it. So, you know, it's a fun car.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a Hemi boy inside out, so everything I drive has a Hemi in it. So
Yeah.
I right now have a Trackhawk, which is 6.2 liter supercharged.
Chicken Hawk?
Yep, 392.
Yeah, Chicken Hawk. That's
Chicken
exactly
Hawk.
what it is. I play chicken with everybody else on the road.
Boy.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to have I've had so many cars. I used to race a lot of cars. My favorite car will always be my Hellcat 1200 horsepower. It was my favorite car, and unfortunately I had to give it up. But anyway. All right, question, Danny. How do you have time for all your hobbies? And I thought Raul was bad. See, everyone's realizing you guys are worse than I am. So there you go. Finally, if there's one thing I've done in this live show is prove that I'm not the biggest collector, because George has a collection that way outpaces mine. Danny's got hobbies that are crawling out of everywhere. Yeah, so I don't know, Danny. Answer this question.
I don't know if I have time for all of my hobbies. That's why everything's all gets a little overwhelming at times, because I don't really know how. Like, I have priorities, but they usually don't go to plan. So I just take it like a week at a time. Like, this week I might be in the mood for this, and then the next week I might be in the mood for something else. So it just kind of, or I have to make myself sometimes like, all right, I have to do this today. So I got like a month off of school right now, so I'm going to take this month and hopefully catch up on a few things. And once I'm done with school in May, then everything will start to chill out a little bit for me. That's been my main issue. After that, hobbies galore.
Yep, cool. And then Chris Fred has a question for me, I think, but I think this should be for all of us. If a major slot car company called and said, "We want to make a slot car for you for worldwide release," what would it be?
Never gonna happen unless you're paying for it.
Yeah, just
Period.
imagine they called. Okay, George, don't be the Debbie Downer here, okay?
I'm being realistic.
George, live a little. Let the aliens walk for a while. Let's go. Yes. Okay. Go. Someone. Nobody has any answers for this?
God, that's
There's no-
funny because most of the time we all go, I wish they'd make this, I wish they'd make that. Then you get put on the spot and go, well, fuck, I can't think of anything.
You have an answer, and I ain't gonna say it.
You know, Ninco made some trucks and whatnot, but for me, a lowered 88 to 98 single cab short bed C1500 pickup would be,
Or a C10.
or
Like a
C10,
C10 racing
88 to
truck.
90.
C10 racing truck. Come on, Danny. You want
But
one
yeah,
of
a
those.
racing truck would be
Like
be
a proper, not those trucksters that Carrera released, by the way.
no,
We're talking about
like
a proper,
pro touring,
yeah.
like a pro touring pickup.
George.
I
Done
thought,
it.
like
Next.
any American car that's not a fucking Mustang or a fucking Camaro. It's like, how many Mustangs and Camaros do we fucking need? You know what I mean? It's like, we got
Another
enough
billion.
Mustangs and Camaros. Let's have something else. And Chargers. We don't need any more fucking Chargers.
70s Chargers. Let's call that what it is.
Yes, okay, 70s Chargers.
Enough
Right?
of the 70s Chargers, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like Pioneer. I love Pioneer cars, but they got 426,000 Camaros, Mustangs, and Chargers. Come on,
Yeah, they don't change it
something
up.
else in there,
There's other
All right.
American Iron that they seem to kind of
Yeah, there's
ignore
lots
that.
of American cars. Let's see a good GTO. Let's see, fuck, I don't know, but anything but a Charger, Camaro, or a goddamn Mustang.
There you
A
go.
Gremlin, a Javelin.
Yeah.
A Javelin would be a fucking Gremlin. I'd go buy 12 Gremlins if they made them. I mean, anything but those three.
DK
How about
Moon
the
agrees. AMC
Pacer?
Gremlin.
Corvair.
Yeah. Let's see.
Chris Freder, yes, a Pinto. I'd buy a Pinto. I don't need any more Mustangs. I'd rather have a Pinto.
I don't know. I'd have to say the big wing Can-Am cars, like the 69 MB, MAB, the McLarens, the Lolas, but the ones with like the big wings.
Yeah.
Those would be cool. I mean, Vanquish did it, but those are a little bit big. They aren't quite 132nd, but I mean, true 132nd in big wing Can-Am cars.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. But you know what? The biggest bitch so this is what people get me when they. So the slotted Chaparral. What was the biggest complaint about that? The wing's gonna break off. The wing's gonna break off. You'd get too much of that. But you got to look at it. I agree with you totally.
I need. Can you repeat that, George? I need to record this. I need to use that as a meme. The wings gonna break off. I need meme
I
time.
agree. The big wing Can-Am cars are nice.
This is how you fix that.
I agree.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Magnet. Flexible
That's what
rubber one.
Hang on.
Mr.
You
Creator.
fix it by not allowing them to open the box. Is that what you're saying, Boone?
No. Revo Slot got it right.
Oh, God.
You do it with a magnet.
Yeah.
Magnet.
Click.
Yep,
There you
perfect.
go.
You do it
Run
with
it.
a magnet.
I agree.
Thank you, Reva Slot,
Dude,
again.
Cars, big Can-Am cars.
Hey,
with
look
a
who
magnet.
appeared in the
Nobody
chat.
knows.
I'm going to give him shit. Why are you in the chat, Marty? You're supposed to be on this live stream. Anyway, we need a Hyundai.
Picture of a car that was in John Mart's shop a few weeks ago.
We need a Hyundai Elantra with extra drink holders and axles that snap, just like the real one. Okay.
Yeah, we need a Hyundai. Like I need an extra hole in my ass. That's not even.
All right. What is the one car that I would like? Let me think. I mean, you're not wrong. I would
Oscar Mayer
say,
Wiener car.
huh? Wiener
The Oscar
car?
Mayer Wiener car.
Is that what I want? What the hell?
Yeah, yeah.
Get out of here.
Oh, hey, look,
Danny.
Boone's gonna pull one out.
Danny, you laugh. We did a Wienermobile race on Home Racing World about 7 or 8 years
that's
ago.
right.
Everybody built a Wienermobile and we raced them.
See,
There you go.
here's one car right here.
What are you
There
doing?
you go.
Hey, you hold it by your waist.
You like my wiener, Dan? Yeah.
I love your wiener.
I actually
You're
got
a
to get
kid.
in the real one. They had a real one in Montana. Got inside of it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
like a diesel powered truck is what it was.
Hey, MP, why didn't you jump on the live stream? What are you doing in the chat?
Yeah, get that
Yeah.
guy on here. He needs to be on here.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
MP,
you're
you're
part
the
of
one
the
who started
crew.
all this bullshit with me. Let's go. Let's roll. Why
Get
don't you?
your ass on the screen, MP.
The link is in the chat. You know where it is. Just click the link, brother. It's an
Go get
easy
some-
fix.
Go put some gel in
You
your
can
hair.
slide
Get on
in.
camera. Let's go.
Yeah, get some
You
gel.
look beautiful. Just get in
Slide
here.
in.
All right, so
I knew his hair looks good. He just got a haircut the other day. He said so on his video.
oh yeah, he did. He looked slick too. Yeah. So, when it comes to cars, yeah, I mean, there is no Dodge Challenger done. Like there's no modern Mopar out there that's worthy of, except for maybe the GTS Vipers.
How about old Dart?
No, man, enough with the old cars. What is wrong with you guys and all the old cars, man? We need some more like modern cars. Come on.
Because modern cars suck.
You are now ex-nade from
Modern
Hollywood
cars
Squares.
suck.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
You know
I
what?
like-
You can have your
I like-
Hellcat anytime you want. I'd rather have a
I
69
like the Kias. They're
Hemi
cool.
Charger.
No, what I
Or
want is a
Super
70s Charger with the Elephant engine in it, okay? That's what I want. Build that and I'm happy. You know, I want
Yeah,
the
I would
modern comforts inside an old school body. That's what I want.
I would trade my car right now for a 70 Challenger, but hell, the 70 Challenger is worth twice what my newer one is worth. So ain't
Yeah.
nobody gonna
Yeah.
do that.
So we have a question.
Yeah, what is it?
The Fingers wants to know, hey Boone, where's that wiener been?
You don't want to know.
It's been
Well, it's one of those things that fell out when he fell off the ladder. Okay, what are you
the
talking
wiener's
about?
been around, I tell you. Oh,
Not infected, so we're okay, right?
That's
Oh
a
my
hell of a
God.
wiener.
The new
That's a good
Corvette
size wiener,
Stingray
isn't it?
is way cool.
I got a few of them sitting on the wall over there. I got a bunch of wieners over there.
Yeah.
I got
Bunch
a
of
wiener
souvenirs.
collection.
A wiener collection.
Yeah, every once in a while, you know, you just gotta whip out one of those wieners and clean it real good. You know, it's great.
Give her a good polish.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Put some
do.
oil on it.
You know, you got to shine them up. So you got to really move fast with them. You know.
You
Yeah.
really got to lube up your wiener before you put it in there.
Oh no, you got to do it dry. That way it gets
Yeah, I
hot.
was gonna say I like it dry.
Holy shit.
This
God, I
is-
hope
Sasha's not watching.
Woo! Yeah, the R.
I got a wiener whistle too. So you make sure you put, you know, you're whistling while you're doing it. So it's, you know.
I know. I wonder why Marty didn't come on this show. He's like, this is too improper for me. He's out of here. I'm out of here.
Well, MP's not coming on either. He's like, fuck this shit.
MP just walked into the wiener chat. What do you want?
You call the wiener
Anyway,
drop
the Fingers is now embarrassed and covering his eyes. Oh no. Oh no.
I'd
What
show
have
you
we done?
something else, but I should probably not do that. You know, they would take it from R. Now we don't want to go there.
No, we don't want to go there, Boone.
Okay. Yeah, Boone. Yeah, you've taken it
I like
far enough.
X-rated.
Yeah, this is not a triple X rated
Well,
show.
I got a really cool tattoo, but it's in. Nah, I can't do that.
All right. Yeah. Any more questions for us? Whistle while you. This guy whistle while weather your wiener. Oh God.
Yeah, someone tell Boone to quit playing with his wiener. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine someone finding the chat for the first time. It's a good thing I'm not here
No.
next week on Monday.
Oh,
I bet Boone was gonna pull out a bottle of Dickens cider.
the finger says Boone needs to use some of George's alien jizz on the wiener.
Oh no. Oh, the wiener. Boone had to pull it out. All right. Anyway. Yeah, let's get back to slot cars. Maybe. I don't know. That was a slot car though.
Why
I
is
mean,
everybody talking
it
about
was.
a wiener, man? This is
Yeah.
just not right.
people are questioning whether you're still on painkillers. I think you are. But
Yeah.
They asked
Yeah.
if you were drinking with your painkillers.
who's
No,
the bad
no, I-
moderator? Oh.
That's the problem. I haven't drank since what, 98. So, you know, I just, you know.
What else
So
is
it's
there,
extra
guys?
painkillers then.
It's kind of like, you know.
This
yeah.
is the most useless live stream ever, guys. So if you,
This is not
Oh, this is the
useless
last
anyway,
one.
Raul.
this is the end of. This is why we're quitting. This is why we're quitting. This is the end of it. This is why we're saying goodbye.
This is why we need to keep on doing it. You know.
Oh no.
This is what we've regressed into.
Yeah, this is what we have. Let's see. What else is there?
Are there any
Anybody else?
legitimate questions out there?
No, it's all deteriorated to wiener talk. Yeah, anyway, I did ask you guys. So, you guys, everyone said the after show. What do we do that's different on the after show that we do? We can't talk shit
Well-
about everyone. That's Yeah.
Not much from what we're doing right now. It's
What
not
we're
much
doing
different.
right now is pretty much what the after show's like.
There's
I'm
Yeah.
running
another one,
around
guy.
showing
Another
up
good
my
question here.
wiener, there's stuff going on.
Yeah.
Racing question. Here, let's get back to normal. Racing question.
Good, Raul.
Enough of the
Oh,
wieners.
oh,
Let's get serious.
Racing question. When you're on your track, how far ahead are you looking in front of your car? Holy shit. This is a question not for me because I don't look.
You know, when I did the midget proxy, I didn't really follow the midget. I kind of was looking at the entire track, and that's how I was tracking it with my eyes. I wasn't moving my head. I was tracking it more of my eyes. So it depends how big your track is. I mean, unless you have corners that are hidden, stuff like that. It just depends on your design of your track. That's a good question.
If I'm, it depends on my position. Like, like at my, if I'm in the middle of the track, I follow the car. But if I happen to be standing toward the end of the track and I can have the whole track in my vision, I just kind of look at the whole track. It just depends on the conditions, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. I think I just go by feel on the track. You get a I don't know, rhythm. I always find a rhythm after a while on the track, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really look. It all comes down to the car. Some cars, it's all about dialing them in. Yeah, we go from
When it comes to racers, slot car racers, and you can tell by the guys that have ran cars a lot, because a lot of the time, like I'll even notice my dad, he'll be turning away from the track altogether, looking at his computer screen, and he's running his car because there's a rhythm.
Yeah.
And so the older, I swear, like the old slot car guys, they don't have to pay attention to anything. It's all in that rhythm, and they just keep going. And they may even like move their foot, or they just might move their head. But they just have that rhythm. They don't have to look at anything.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like dodgeball. We just put the blinder on and just fucking go.
Dodgeball.
Put the blinder.
Think of the movie. I said dodgeball.
Yeah, I think that answers the question. There's no adults present here right now, so
Adults?
sorry. Yeah, what's that? I don't know.
What's the wrong time?
Long time, long place. That's my old friend Ivan, who is part of Conquest and has been around since my wargaming days. Very good friend. Builds all my MDF kits, by the way, because MDF kits make me sick. Not like literally, okay. I get sick when I work with MDF for some reason, so he helps me out and builds the kits for me.
You got to quit licking the MDF, bro.
I try, but that smell gets to me.
He's over here,
The schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
Yeah.
You know what Super Troopers are?
What else is there? Any more questions? Anybody have any more questions?
Not that I can see.
No more? I had enough of us. Danny, you have any questions for anyone else in the chat? Do you have questions for the... Yeah. We'll ask them questions. They don't want to ask us questions. We can ask them questions. What are you getting for Christmas? What is everyone getting for Christmas? What slot car is under your Christmas tree right now?
I told my
None.
wife not to buy me anything because I've bought plenty this year.
Oh, he's such a nice guy.
I'm getting coal.
I mean,
You're getting cold.
Coal.
Cold. Oh,
Coal.
okay. Yeah.
A lump of coal.
Oh, this guy's got lots of good questions. What are your preferred controllers?
I do like the DeFalco ones if you analog wood track, but I mean you could use any one that you're comfortable with.
Yeah, you have to split that up
DeFalco.
into analog and digital, I think.
There's a lot of them out there. There's the slotted
Yeah.
one, that complicated 18 knob one, and then you have one at Third Eye is one. Franken slot if you have Carrera Digital, DeFalco, Professional
True
Motor.
Speed. There's lots
Yeah,
of
it
different ones.
depends
I think.
what you want out of the controller. Like if you want like traction control, I mean, or choke they call it, you could get one with traction control, or you could get one with just brake and sensitivity, or get all three. It just depends, you know, what you feel comfortable with when you're playing with, your cars and which certain, if you have a plastic track or a wood track, what works for you. For digital, yeah, I'd see he had digital his question. So
Yeah.
that's I don't.
Digital, I think the one that I like a lot is the Frankenslot, or even like the Ramjet. And that's the one I have. And I don't like the wireless ones. I like the wired ones for digital. I just feel they're more responsive. So personally, the True Speed that I ran the other day was actually really good too, straight out of the box. So I mean, you're spoiled for choice on Carrera Digital in terms of controllers. Um, you know, and True Speed actually has got a good value, I think, because like 82 pounds for a controller, which is not so bad, right?
He's saving the show because he's asking legitimate questions. Some
I
real good
know.
ones. Not like anybody else's, but they're good questions. So you're making us look good, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah,
To get
I
us
don't
off the
know.
topic of
Uh,
wieners, he's probably saying these guys need some structure.
well, Ivan has a question. What is your dream unobtainium slot car? A car that you can you can't ask them. You can't ask George and Dave this question because it's just and Danny. They just and Boone. They just make their own cars, so it doesn't count.
That's actually a good question though. But I think even though I could make them myself, I wish that a company would come out with 1930s American cars or 40s, like a 40 Ford. I would buy every 40 Ford that they made if they would make them, which they won't. But um, that would be a multi-bazillion dollar making deal for somebody if they did that. And
This style, Dave, you're talking about, right? Post-war cars.
yeah, that's a 37. But yeah, post-war, or that's actually pre-war Fords would be cool. Yeah, if somebody did, Christ, I'd never have to make another resin body as long as I live, and that would be okay with me.
Hey Bill, how are you? Welcome to the dysfunctional show. That is the last.
Royal. Yeah, I don't think you want to be here, Bo.
Yeah,
So,
this is a bad
hasn't been
show.
going too well.
This show's
It's all
gone
about
to
wieners and all kinds of weird stuff. So
yeah, literally, it's gone to the dogs. All right. Well, that's yeah. I think that's a good one, Dave. I'm thinking about like old school cars, like some of the really old school NASCARs. Like from the dirt track era.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, those would be really cool.
like the old beach racers, like the very first Daytona, where they were all 40 Fords and 37 Fords and 39 Fords. Those were the predominant cars that were ran on the beach at Daytona. And I like I said, why not go all the way back to the beginning? That's the beginning of NASCAR. Let's have those cars. Let's do it.
Yeah, exactly, like that.
There you go,
Yeah,
George. You got that's a
100%.
50 Ford.
that's an actual
Perfect.
beach racer, Jimmy Florian. This is my first beach racer for the beach racing series for Home Racing World. But they did a beach racer series, and they had to be of actual race cars that raced on the beach. And I looked this one up, the paint scheme, and that's exactly how it was. It's just a stock car. They did a few things to it, and they ran it on the sand. So,
Cool, yeah. Michael Squire agrees. 32 Ford, 34 Ford. Um,
I don't know. I think those super modifieds would be really cool.
Yeah, those would sell too.
Oh.
Like a little bit more modern modified cars.
Yeah,
Like-
or kind of the older ones, but with all the all the Nerf bars and everything
Right.
else that are under. I mean, some of the guys that are making those with, God, they're just beautiful, But those would be really cool. I could see
Yeah.
them, or even the like the outlaw sprint cars. Some of that stuff would just be killer too.
Yeah.
The big winged
Right.
sprint cars.
Yeah, like or even like
Great.
Um,
midgets. The midgets would sell like hotcakes. I mean,
Yeah.
Monogram was the hot
USAC
shot
midget.
back in the '60s.
Yeah.
Fuck, they couldn't make them fast enough. They sold so many of them, and now they're sought after because everybody wants to race them. And
Yeah.
I think that would be a big seller is midgets or like in outlaws. Like a midget's just outlaws basically a midget with a big wing on the top.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same car, different wheels and tires, but yeah, those things would be super popular.
Yeah.
But the
so
problem is most of these slot car companies are in Europe and they don't even care about that stuff over there. So,
No,
you know,
it's American branded stuff. They don't
Yeah.
understand that.
yeah, that's another question. Like, why is there no American manufacturer of slot cars?
well, there
Like,
used to
Too
be,
expensive.
there was Revell, there was Strombecker,
I
there was
mean, it's
Cox.
expensive in Europe, regardless. Like that's true. I mean, you can say it's expensive, but I mean, it's still expensive in Europe. So, well, and I think there is
Be more
enough.
expensive in the U.S. To be honest.
The thing is, though, guys,
But
they have
all
all the slot cars are coming out of China.
China, yeah, there's no
Right, it's all
difference.
being
They're
made.
all subbing it out to China, and they're having them make it. I mean, very few are actually made, at location, but most of the stuff's coming out of China. So I think it just comes down to in the United States, there's just
No popularity to it.
no, yeah, it just doesn't have the heritage like it does over in Europe, really.
Yeah,
When it
but I
comes
think
right
there's
down.
enough history and there's enough. I think there's enough need in North America to have a North American manufacturer
You're
of
right
slot
about it
cars.
being a history because there was a lot of it, but with the advent of how everything changed with kids in society doing other things, like I hate to say it, video games, just one thing pops up.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
that
Unfortunately, in the United States, most of the kids are stuck behind the damn TV playing video games, or they're on their phone continuously. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
that's it's a shame. Where I see, if granted, I haven't been over to Europe for any of the slot car type of festivals and stuff like that, but when I do see videos or something that's going on, I see a lot of young people at the festivals as well, which, that's the driving force behind this hobby if it's going to keep on going. I mean, yeah, there's us old farts that are doing it, but quite honestly, if you don't get the kids involved into it, what's going to happen to this hobby in 20 years, really?
Yeah, we've had this discussion / argument many times about getting kids involved, and the thing that everybody seems to not touch upon is you can't force people to do something they don't want to. And
Yeah.
even though a kid might be interested in cars, in real life, he's not going to maybe be interested in playing with toy cars. And when you boil this hobby down to its bare essentials, that's what it is. It's toy cars. And I know I'm going to take shit for saying that, but it is.
No, it
It's
is.
just
Well, no, I think De Leon
Yes.
hits it right on the head here. It says, because Revel was bought out by Carrera and Americans kids don't want to play with toys anymore. I think this is a big thing. Kids
Well, yeah, we
don't
just
want to
said that
play with
video
toys
games.
anymore.
They wanna play
They
with
want
it.
iPads and they want, like, my daughter
Yeah.
is like iPad. She's on her iPad constantly. She's doing art and all that, but and the majority of her friends, when they come over, it's so weird watching them interact with each other.
Well, look at it
Right.
this way. So when you remember those shows in the '80s called the Dukes of Hazards,
Yeah.
all those shows, the A Team. Now, in all those
Mhm.
shows, there was no really direct violence toward people. And John Schneider from the Dukes of Hazzard explained this in the video he talked about. It was called the Family Hour. The Family Hour consisted in TV there was nothing that was supposed to be, when they would shoot a bow, you'd see the bow shoot, but it wasn't shooting at something would explode. It was not geared toward violence. It was geared toward family values and stuff. And what took that all to shit was reality TV. When reality TV came into play, that destroyed everything. So nobody wants things that are family oriented. And in a way, a slot car track is like a family oriented thing where you get together in your race, whereas the games are more solitude, by yourself. And then also, you just like what we're doing now, we could play games from across the world with other people. That's how
Right.
people gather, is in the digital world. There's just no really the digital world is what people are more interactive with instead of a family gathering get together thing. Because not too many families eat dinners together. That thing has been
Nope.
lost. Nobody gets together and sings carols during Christmas. I mean, nobody gets together. What is everybody doing? And I try not to do this a lot with my wife when I'm having dinner with her. Is we're doing this is and you see everybody doing this when they're sitting around on the couch. And that's not really you're not interacting. So that's how
Our
my
Yeah,
kids.
family,
that's one
our
rule at our house is no cell phones at the dinner table.
Yeah.
Yep. Our family eats dinner every night together, and every electronic device in the house is turned off. The TV, the phones, all of it. It's not allowed. And we all bullshit with each other and laugh and whatever. But yeah, that's a rule here, and we eat dinner every night together. No, hey, big dad, can I go to my room play my game? Fuck no. Sit your ass down. You're going to eat dinner with the rest of us,
Yeah.
and you have to.
And then when
Yep.
you're a grandparent too, like my grandsons come over, I let them do what they want because I know at home they're on a stringent schedule for school and their parents tell them what to do. So when they come over here, I kind of don't want to be the last thing is to bore the shit out of them, because I'm an old fart playing with toy cars. So I kind of let them be what they want. When they come in and they say, "Hey, what's going on, Grandpa?" Then I'll try and entertain them. Hey, want to race with me? Stuff like that. But I always try and let my grandkids kind of enjoy coming here. That's why they like coming over here because it's kind of like a release for them because they're always doing their their homework and stuff like that. So when they come over to their grandpa's house, it's just to chill out and do what they want that they can't really do too much at home. So
Yeah. Anyway, let's so Eras Carrera. I don't know if I butchered that name, but
Yeah,
he's got a new YouTube channel. So thank you for starting up YouTube. Thank you for being here. If you guys can jump on and subscribe and support him, please do so. I think that's what we're about as a
what was
community.
his other
So
question? He had another
Yeah, he
question.
also has another question.
he had a
though, too.
question about
Getting
and
right.
this one's so I just want to bring this up because I might scroll past it. But his other question was up here. Give me one
It says
second. Here,
besides
there you go.
tires,
Besides
oil
tires,
and axles.
there you go. Go ahead, Daddy. No, go ahead.
Besides tires, oiling axles, and upgrading guides, what is one of the most essential upgrade or mod to make a slot car really sing? Perform the best in your opinion, of course.
To me, in my opinion, about 90% of it is tires. Is
Yeah,
tires. The
I think the
tires
tires make a
are the
big
key
difference.
part of it. Little body float, pod float, but the tires are like you asked John Albright. The tires are just about the main part of it. If it's just like on a real car, if you have crappy tires, you're gonna handle terrible. If you have good tires, you're gonna car's gonna handle great. So,
For
I,
sure.
w-
my
I would,
opinion is tires.
yeah, I would say with that though is also car balance.
Yeah.
You get the car balance. You
So
if the car is not balanced right, it doesn't matter what fucking tire you put underneath it, it's not gonna drive right. You got to get some ballast inside there so that car isn't nose heavy or ass heavy. Get the balance right, so when you're going around the track, it's gonna flow. And it's the same thing in real racing. The idea is to get a car that's balanced at 50% so it's neutral. You know, Same type of thing with slot cars to kind of get it so it's a balanced car.
So
Depending on your
one for
track, too.
me, and one I have actually kind of issues with. George can probably attest to this, but is gear mesh. And so for me, one thing that I like to try to do is lap the gears, but making sure you have the right amount of play because you can tell in somebody's cars. It also depends on the gears they're running, but how quiet or loud their car is because you can hear that mesh.
Yeah.
And so I know my car usually is probably one of the louder ones out of everybody else because I don't know, I still have issues trying to find that perfect balance. But if it's too tight, it doesn't matter what you do to your car with anything else too. You're going to burn up your motor and it ain't going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I think another important factor is body float. I have had some
Yep.
shitty ass cars that all I had to do was loosen the screws on the body and it transformed the car. And I think that's an important thing that people don't check all the time.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, Gary.
Yeah, hi Gary. He's waving away.
Yeah. Um. There was a question up here. I think it's from Zaphod. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, but do you guys run four-wheel drive cars? I have. I do have the two auto arts, and I know the new scale auto Mitsubishi Lancer is four-wheel drive as well, band driven. So, they're kind of cool. I like them.
I've only had a couple of four-wheel drive cars, and seemed like this all the rally cars, and I'm not really into that. But they didn't really run that great, and I take the rubber band off, and the car ran better. So I'm probably not the right person to ask about that.
Yeah, well, the new scale auto came out, which is band driven four-wheel drive. I'm thinking about getting one of those, and I'll test it out. Dave Kennedy ran it live on his stream on Sunday, so it was kind of cool to watch. So yeah, it got me intrigued. I'm not that intrigued by the liveries. I think they're so plain on those Mitsubishi Lancers. But definitely gonna have a look at probably getting one of those cars, I think. Let's see. Anything else that we have not covered? All right. We're going to wrap up this show in 2 minutes. Get your final questions in for the final time on a Monday evening with a bunch of legends. And you guys are legends too for tuning in every week for the past year. Huh? Don't listen to George. Yeah.
What's your fingers? You gotta mention clean track rails and contact is key.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah.
That should be a normal thing though, but believe it or not, people do miss that.
Yeah. Polish a chassis reduces time by seconds.
Yeah. It made Elvis a lot faster.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's shiny and fast.
Yeah. Just wondering what Dave, George, and Boone's favorite smoking clip is. Huh?
Smoking clip.
Smoking clip?
Chong?
I don't know.
Up in smoke?
Up in smoke?
How about this clip right here?
What do you? This is a weird one. What? There you go.
There you
What
go.
do you think about the second guide in the rear? That would never work. What do you guys think about a second guide in the rear? Has anyone ever done that? I don't think it looks. I don't
want anybody guiding anything into the rear.
I don't want any type of guide towards my rear. You know, it just.
No wiener in the rear.
That's a guideless area back there.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. Welcome to being part of the Slot Car community. Yeah, tune in. Marty runs his show tomorrow night, as usual.
It is.
And then Pete has his on Sunday mornings. Yeah, so there's other people around. Maybe there'll be more live streams coming out. George, Puff Puff Give, and I don't know what else there is. Let's see. Is that okay? Anyway, what else? Yeah, I will miss all you guys on Monday nights, but that doesn't mean I'm dead. I'm still around, so you guys can reach out. And I definitely will. George and Dave, they've been doing a lot of impromptu live streams, which I really love. Boone's really been up on the live streams these days as well, so that's kind of cool. And there's so much great content out there. I cannot thank you guys enough for jumping on and being on YouTube and doing all this crazy cool stuff. I cannot thank the chat enough for being here when we do go live. It's always cool to have you guys here and asking all the questions and just like you guys are thanking me, I have to say it's been an honor to do this actually, and I really appreciate everybody who tuned in and was part of the shows through this whole year, and I say big thank you to George, because George was here through every single live but one. And that's a huge commitment. I don't know how much you guys can actually appreciate that, but I appreciate that like 100%. Like it's very cool when you can rely on someone to be there. Now, I'll say that out loud, and I want to thank George for being part of this year with me. And he was there from the very beginning. I only had to ask him once, and he's just been there ever since. Yeah, so thank you so much, George. I cannot express how much that means. Every one of you that's on the screen here today, you guys have become a special part of my life, and I want to thank each and every one of you guys for being there. Danny, we kind of became friends on the first show I met you and your dad, and we've kind of been stuck together ever since. So thank you so much for that. And then, like the chat has been like incredible. Like I every time I log in, about those times I log in about 40 minutes before the live, and people already blowing up the chat, and it's incredible that you guys are so passionate about this hobby and so driven. I mean, even with all the content that's out there, you guys are still here. So I want to thank each and every one of you. Sometimes there's a lot of people that go nameless here, and maybe don't even comment, but I've been here, and I want to thank you guys for doing that. It's been an absolute honor to do this. I wanted to take this time to appreciate all of you just as much as you guys appreciate me. And I will be around. I will be on live streams, I guess, somewhere. I just want to do it with other people, with other channels, and really get back to what I love to do, which is just shoot cars with cameras, not shoot them literally. But we'll leave Shotgun Dave to take care of that.
Yeah, Dave does that.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to sign off now and say goodbye, and we will see what we do for 2024. But until next time, have fun on two rails, guys.
Thanks,
see you guys
Christmas.
later.
Keep it in the slot, man.
Yeah, keep it in the slot.
Good racing.
The front slot.
And have a happy holidays. Hopefully Santa's really good with you guys. Thanks for the and we'll talk to you guys later. Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye.